You became the man you wanted to date.
I became...
This is core to the ethos of
50% of men aged 18 to 24 have never approached a woman in person in their life. Like, even a higher percentage, 18 to 30, haven't approached a woman in the last year.
I have a slightly weird take on this, which is that actually the thing you hear about as sort of... the thing that Gen X people talk about of going up to someone in a bar and this being a way of striking up relationships, I think that was a very brief period of history, sort of post-sexual revolution but pre-internet, where that was considered normal. The normal way, actually, that people start relationships in the vast majority of cultures is to be like, it is like semi-arranged marriage, right? Like, not the full, you've never met this person before, you know, 13-year-olds, whatever, getting betrothed, like, not like that, but the sort of, you're introduced by family members, mutual friends, you're known in the community, you go to the same church, whatever it is, and then both of your families, like, consent to the marriage, and it works out okay.
Okay, the reason why I wanted to bring this up, because I thought it was something interesting, because I'm old enough to remember this. There was this time period between the beginning of the sexual revolution and the beginning of social media where guys went up to bars and went up to women in bars and talked to them.
Did they?
Right, they did. And they did this for about, but the thing is, what she's pointed out was really interesting, is that throughout human history, it's this small 50-year period, and then that's it.
Oh, yeah.
Before that, there was like a lot of arranged marriages where you just married someone that was in your tribe. And now, with social media, the number of people that you see, like, so it's so funny because we keep talking about this approach culture and how it's gone, but I think it's just this it's really interesting the way she explains it, like from an evolutionary standpoint. It's just this small period of time where guys could go up and talk to women at a bar and weren't shamed for it. What were you saying?
Yeah, I was going to say Gen X. This guy.
Yeah. The point is, like, here's the other issue. We're never going back, right? We're not getting rid of social media. No. Social media will become more pervasive. They're going to put chips in your head. They're going to put you're going to be able to see the screens on your glasses here pretty soon. We're only going in one direction. Two things. Number one, they're not approaching, but number two, I don't know if you guys remember, most of you probably don't, but before 2006, I would go to a bar, and you know what I'd see at a bar? Beautiful women everywhere, and that stopped happening. If anybody went to I'm not going to say the names, but if any of you guys were at any of the strip clubs in this city prior to 2011, it was like the Playboy Mansion. And it's not like that anymore because OF has pulled those girls, not all of them, but a lot of girls still like dancing, but the girls who didn't want to dance, who wanted to stay at home with their wife and their husband and kids and just do their work on OF, they got pulled out of the strip clubs. And so and then before that whole revolution, you guys are never going to believe this, but the hottest girls used to work at Hooters and Twin Peaks.
Yeah,
but I know some of you are like, that's not possible. Yes, I'm talking about 1995.
Yes.
Like, they used to work there. I'm not saying that women can't have sex with no emotion. They can. But if you understood how easy it was for men, I mean, but let me ask you something. Could you when you were 22, or was that something you learned over time?
At 22, I dealt with a narcissistic husband, so yeah, I absolutely could after him.
Yeah, after him. Okay.
After him, yes.
You became the man you wanted to date.
I became the man I wanted to kill.
Okay, interesting.
It got real.
That's hot.
Yeah, honestly, like, because I was like, well, he manipulated me so much that it was kind of like my little, like, internal revenge.
So all those guys you talk to now, you manipulated them. I'm kidding. I'm messing with you. Not anymore. But you've done it before. Okay.
Oh yeah, I definitely had my period that I did that.
Well, like, when was the last time any of you guys were approached by a guy at a bar?
Rhiannon?
All the time. But to be honest, it actually, when it comes to evolution, there's a direct link between, I would call that a sweet spot.
Yes.
So they talked about this with Sex in the City. When a man feels like they really want to give their all and do what they want to do, you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like a midlife crisis sort of thing, but instead evicting the normalcy, they want to jump head into it. They want to be involved. They want to talk about it. They want to make compromises. That is a sweet spot.
Right. Well,
I've only been approached to a bar my whole life once.
Riley, you got to talk in the microphone.
Okay, so my bad, people. So I've only, my whole freaking life, I've only been approached to the bar one time, and I've like notoriously known for being out almost every night of the fucking week, and like people are scared to come up and talk to me. I don't know.
I'm scared now. I totally understand.
But I'm so fine. What do you mean?
I've known known her for over 10 years, and I'm still
Literally.
scared.
Yes, you understand.
There's an art.
So when you say a sweet spot, I just want you to consider, like, let's just say maybe the baby boomer generation from that point forward going to a bar and meeting a girl, that wasn't something that quite big in the 20s, in the 20s and 30s, and then once we get to the 50s, from the 1950s all the way, like you mentioned Sex and the City, that show would not have happened had there been social media. Because the point of the show was they were meeting people at speed dating places or different places in Manhattan, and that wouldn't have happened before. They would have the dating apps would have taken over. So the point
speed dating needs to come back.
The point is no, it is speed dating. Speed dating is now called Hinge. It's called Tinder.
I don't do dating.
That's what speed dating is.
You cannot find me on the internet to date me.
I'm banned from Tinder.
Because did you try to get anybody to go down your OF?
Never
No,
done
Dennis, I really wasn't doing
Okay,
anything.
because that's usually why they ban people.
No, I was looking for love.
Okay.
What is the difference between social media and neighborhoods
What do you mean?
back in the day?
Well, social
Everybody-
media is
so,
100x, 100,000x
what they
bigger.
say,
Face-to-face meetings.
and you do something, everyone knows about it.
But do you know your neighbors now?
Oh, yeah.
She tries.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of a single person on my floor, except my neighbor's in my sales team. But other than that, I don't know anybody on my floor. Curious, when we were growing up, I remember all of my neighbors when I was growing up in 1980 in Dallas, Texas. I remember every single. All of them.
When is the last time that you have gone to the grocery store to make like some cornbread or like some banana pudding, with
I think that's culturally inappropriate to say cornbread. Isn't that right? It's like a racist. You can't say cornbread anymore.
Excuse me.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Can I say something funny about Hooters? Okay, so one time, like, I was born in
Into the microphone.
I was born in 95, and like I idolized Hooters growing up. But like I was like 15 and like snuck to like one of the restaurants that I'd never even been in because my family was like really conservative, and I like bought the outfit that they like had the servers wear, and I wore it to the mall with my mom, and she left me at the mall and left with my little sister. She was like, "You look like a hooker," and she left, and I was just like appalled because I'm like, these girls wear this to work. Like, a dude made this. I was 15 years old, and my mom, she couldn't even stand to be seen next to me.
But where did you buy it?
At Hooters.
I get
Almost
it.
at Hooters.
He bought it from Hooters.
If you know
Yes,
your
you
mom
can
was
buy their
conservative and she's
clothes.
doing all
So the girls at Hooters inspire you to wear it? The
I
outfit?
mean, I wasn't going to go be a server because I have impatience level 0.
Yeah, we
I
can
love
see.
the
Can
wings.
somebody get Riley a sedative? Can we do that? Is that possible? Let's tune it down.
I know.
No, you cannot. Let's
Wait, I got to ask Danny.
Go ahead, Danny.
When's the last time a guy came up to you in a bar and asked you out or like put the moves on you?
Oh my gosh. So for me, it happens quite often, especially because of my work.
Okay, well, as a dancer.
Yeah, as a dancer, every single day when I go out, there's always somebody.
But is it because of the work? Like, have you ever not been at work at like a bar or out or something like that?
Even
obviously in the clubs, that's going to happen.
Even when I'm not at work, I still get approached. I think it's all about personality. You can read a woman pretty good by how she acts, and if she's chill, she's a sweet girl, we're pretty easy to approach, like I love talking to people. So
have you ever been approached in like a bookstore or someplace that's like not the club?
Oh, I get approached in grocery stores, restaurants all the time.
Danny,
I do.
Has your work changed your view of men? Because I talked to Nara Ford about this, and like when I had her on the show, and I was like, when you were working at the Rhino, did it change your view about like monogamy? Was monogamy possible because of the way you would see men with wedding rings in there all the time? Did it change your view at all?
Honestly, no, it hasn't.
Okay.
Whatsoever. I deal with married men all the time, but I also realize when you're in the club and you're with these women, it's completely different than being in a relationship.
So you can understand the decontextualized like attraction men have for women as opposed to the relationship.
Absolutely,
you can separate the two.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, for sure.
Wow. Okay, because a lot of women can't do that. Like
Yeah,
they don't because like they don't understand.